Did we experience the enchanting innocence of our childhood with Superman? Christopher Reeve, the actor, director, and writer who brought the iconic superhero to life, played a crucial role in elevating Superman into a global symbol of hope. However, amid his fame, few people truly understand the profound challenges and adversities Christopher Reeve faced throughout his life, marked by illness and accidents. While Superman may endure in the hearts of children, Christopher left this world 2 decades ago. Today, his daughter unveils the poignant story of his tumultuous existence, leaving the audience deeply moved. So without further delay, let's start the video right away. Christopher Reeve was the beloved son of Barbara Pitney Lamb, a distinguished journalist known for her work in reporting, and Franklin Dolier Reeve, a man of many talents who worked as a teacher, novelist, poet, and scholar throughout his life. The Reeve family had a rich and legendary history in the United States, with roots going back to the early 17th century. Some of Christopher Reeve's ancestors even traced back to those who had sailed on the historic Mayflower, the ship that carried the first English pilgrims to the shores of what would become the Plymouth colony. This lineage connected him deeply to America's founding history. Through his mother, Barbara Pitney Lamb, Christopher Reeve was a 12th-generation descendant of William Bradford. William Bradford was not only a prominent pilgrim but also served as the governor of Plymouth colony for multiple terms. This ancestral connection strengthened Reeve's ties to early American history and its founding figures. In addition to his connection to American history, Christopher Reeve's lineage also included links to French aristocracy, revealing a diverse and fascinating heritage. This blend of pioneering American spirit and European aristocratic lineage added a unique dimension to his family background. Moreover, Christopher Reeve's paternal grandfather, Colonel Richard Henry Reeve, played an important role in the business world. For more than 25 years, Colonel Richard Henry Reeve served as CEO of the Prudential Life Insurance Company, demonstrating not only the historical significance of the family but also their influence in the business world. Born in 1952 to Barbara Pitney Lamb and Franklin Dolier Reeve, Christopher experienced the divorce of his parents when he was just 4 years old, in 1956. After the separation, Barbara moved with Christopher and his younger brother to Princeton, New Jersey, a town rich in academic and cultural heritage. In Princeton, Christopher attended Nassau Street School before moving on to Princeton Country Day School, now known as Princeton Day School. Despite the challenges of adapting to a new environment, Christopher Reeve quickly demonstrated exceptional talents in various aspects of life. He excelled academically, making the honor roll, and also showed his athletic prowess by participating in several sports, including soccer, baseball, tennis, and hockey. Reeve's achievements on the hockey field were so remarkable that the Fair Play Award at the Princeton Day School Invitational Hockey Tournament was named in his honor, testifying to his dedication and sportsmanship. However, Christopher Reeve's relationship with his father Franklin was far from simple. He struggled with the feeling that his father's love was often conditional upon his performance, which led him to internalize the pressure to mature and excel from a young age to gain his father's approval. This strained relationship persisted for many years, resulting in limited communication between them from 1988 to 1995. A turning point in Christopher Reeve's life came when he suffered a paralyzing accident in 1995, which left him quadriplegic. This traumatic event led to a reconciliation between father and son as they faced the challenges and changes in their lives together, demonstrating the power of family bonds and resilience in the face of adversity. Christopher Reeve's journey into the world of acting began at the age of 9 in 1962, when he was cast in an amateur production of the operetta The Yeoman of the Guard. This experience sparked his passion for the stage, and he continued to participate in many student plays. His interest in theater deepened further when, at the age of 15, he spent a transformative summer as an apprentice at the Williamstown Theater Festival in Williamstown, Massachusetts. While filming the first 2 Superman movies in England, Reeve entered a 10-year relationship with Guy Exton, an executive in the modeling industry. This relationship brought stability and companionship to his life during a period of intense professional growth. However, Reeve's personal life took a dramatic turn during the production of Somewhere in Time. It was then that he met actress Jane Seymour and fell in love with her. Reeve made the difficult decision to end his relationship with Guy, believing it was the right choice at the time. Complicating matters, Reeve learned that Guy Exton was pregnant with their child. This revelation presented a difficult situation, and he felt a deep sense of responsibility. As a result, he decided to return to Guy Exton and support her during her pregnancy. On December 20, 1979, their son, Matthew Exton Reeve, was born in London, England. Their family grew once again in December 1983 with the birth of their daughter, Alexandra Exton Reeve, also in London. Despite the complexity of their relationship, Christopher Reeve and Guy Exton eventually separated amicably in February 1987, agreeing to share joint custody of their children. Reeve returned to New York, but despite the geographical distance, Matthew and Alexandra maintained a close relationship with their father, frequently spending holidays and quality time with him. In June 1987, Christopher Reeve's life took another transformative turn when he met Dana Morosini, a singer and actress. Their connection was immediate and profound, leading to a romantic relationship. By 1991, they were living together, but Reeve's hesitation to marry stemmed from his fear of reliving the pain and turbulence of the divorce that had affected his own family in the past. Recognizing the importance of overcoming his fears and pursuing personal growth, Reeve underwent a year of therapy. This therapeutic journey provided him with the space and tools needed to work through his apprehensions about marriage. Ultimately, during a dinner one evening, Christopher Reeve made a sincere and decisive gesture. He set down his fork and proposed to Dana Morosini, a pivotal moment signaling his willingness to commit to a shared life. Christopher Reeve and Dana Morosini exchanged vows in April 1992, solidifying their love and commitment in marriage. Their family expanded with the birth of their son, William, born on June 7, 1992. Despite the challenges and adversities life presented, the couple remained deeply devoted and happily married until Christopher Reeve's premature death. Christopher Reeve's involvement in horseback riding, which would eventually play a significant role in his life, began in 1985 when he learned to ride for his role in the film Anna Karenina. Curiously, Reeve initially faced an obstacle in pursuing this new passion. He was allergic to horses. To overcome this challenge, he took antihistamines, which allowed him to continue his equestrian activities. Reeve's horseback training took place on Martha's Vineyard, where he honed his skills. By 1989, he had progressed to eventing, a demanding equestrian discipline combining dressage, show jumping, and cross-country riding. Remarkably, as Reeve became more involved in his equestrian journey, his allergies to horses gradually disappeared, a testament to his determination and dedication. Throughout his life, Christopher Reeve endured injuries, including leg injuries during his teenage years while skiing. He also broke 3 ribs in a riding accident, an incident he openly discussed on The Tonight Show in March 1987. Despite these setbacks, his passion for horseback riding continued to grow. During the filming of Village of the Damned, Reeve made a pivotal decision that would profoundly impact his equestrian activities. He bought a 12-year-old American thoroughbred affectionately nicknamed Buck. This equine companion became an integral part of his life and his journey in eventing. In 1994, Christopher Reeve began a rigorous training program with Buck. He had ambitious plans for his equestrian career, intending to compete at the training level in 1995 and progress to preliminary level competitions in 1996. However, his path took a tragic and unexpected turn. Christopher Reeve had initially registered to compete in an event in Vermont but received an invitation from his trainer to participate in the finals of the Commonwealth Dressage and Combined Training Association at the Commonwealth Park Equestrian Center in Culpeper, Virginia. On May 27, 1995, during the competition, Reeve's horse Buck made a sudden refusal at the third jump, an ordinary obstacle shaped like the letter B. Witnesses recounted that the horse had begun the jump but suddenly stopped, causing Reeve to fall forward, still holding the reins. Tragically, his hands became entangled in the reins, pulling the bridle and bit off the horse. Christopher Reeve landed headfirst on the other side of the jump, suffering devastating injuries. The impact of the fall fractured his first and second cervical vertebrae, resulting in catastrophic spinal cord damage that left him paralyzed from the neck down. The severity of the injury also affected his ability to breathe independently. Emergency responders arrived 3 minutes after the accident. Their immediate response was crucial for Reeve's survival as they worked diligently to establish a way for him to breathe. Understanding the critical nature of his condition, Reeve was first transported to a local hospital before being airlifted to the University of Virginia Medical Center for specialized care. Throughout this traumatic experience, Christopher Reeve retained no memory of the accident or its aftermath. The days following Christopher Reeve's devastating equestrian accident were marked by a harrowing journey from delirium to consciousness as he struggled with the shattering reality of his injuries. After 5 days of intense medication and delirium, Reeve gradually regained full consciousness. It was during this time that his doctor delivered the grim news. His first and second cervical vertebrae were destroyed, and his spinal cord was damaged, leaving him paralyzed from the neck down and dependent on a ventilator to breathe. In his initial moments of realization, Christopher Reeve faced a profound and overwhelming sense of despair. His first thoughts revolved around the belief that he had irreparably ruined his life, fearing that he would become a burden to his family and wondering if it might be better to end his life rather than face this unimaginable new reality. In a heartbreaking moment, Reeve shared these thoughts with his wife Dana, who was by his side during this difficult period. He spoke of the possibility of ending his life, revealing the deep emotional torment he was experiencing. With tears in her eyes, Dana responded with unwavering support and love. She told him she would support whatever decision he made, emphasizing that it was his life and his choice. In what would later be described as a sales strategy, she also offered a glimmer of hope by suggesting that if he still wished to end his life in 2 years, they could reconsider the matter then. However, the turning point in Christopher Reeve's mindset came after this heartfelt conversation and his interactions with his children. Seeing how much they needed him and the profound impact his presence had on their lives, he made a courageous decision. He consented to undergo life-saving surgery and committed himself to the rigorous and challenging treatment necessary to address complications such as pneumonia, which had arisen due to his condition. Christopher Reeve's journey after his tragic equestrian accident was filled with inner anguish and moments of profound fear, particularly during his stay in the ICU. Lying there, facing the grim reality of his situation, he was haunted by the terrifying prospect of an upcoming operation scheduled for June 1995. This procedure aimed to reattach his skull to his spine, a surgery that carried only a 50% chance of survival, adding immense weight to his situation. Amid this crushing darkness, a remarkable and unexpected moment unfolded during one of those lonely nights in the ICU. The door suddenly swung open, admitting an improbable visitor. The visitor was none other than Robin Williams, who was wearing a surgical gown, mask, and gloves, portraying a completely exaggerated Russian proctologist character. Williams, with his impeccable comic timing, proclaimed in a thick accent that he was there to perform an emergency rectal examination on Reeve. This unexpected and hilarious intervention shattered the heavy cloud of despair that had enveloped Christopher. For the first time since his accident, Reeve laughed. A genuine, deep, heartfelt laugh that marked a turning point. This spontaneous visit by Williams, one of his closest friends from their days at the Juilliard School, rekindled Reeve's fighting spirit and served as a catalyst for his decision to live and fight for a meaningful life despite his new reality. It reminded him of the joy, the friendships, and the possibilities that still existed. Following his surgery, Christopher Reeve embarked on an arduous journey of rehabilitation. His days were filled with intense physical therapy, medical treatments, and countless challenges. However, throughout this grueling process, Reeve displayed remarkable resilience and determination. With Dana by his side providing unwavering support, and inspired by the love for his children and friends, he not only adapted to his condition but became a powerful advocate for spinal cord injury research and people living with disabilities. Christopher Reeve co-founded the Reeve Irvine Research Center and actively campaigned for increased funding and awareness, leveraging his fame for a noble cause. He returned to public life, giving motivational speeches, directing films, and even acting again. In 1998, he directed the critically acclaimed film In the Gloaming and appeared in TV series like Smallville, where he portrayed Dr. Virgil Swan, a brilliant scientist who assists Clark Kent. His presence on screen, even while confined to a wheelchair, continued to inspire millions. Tragically, despite his incredible willpower and efforts, Christopher Reeve faced ongoing health challenges. In October 2004, while being treated for a pressure wound, he suffered a cardiac arrest due to complications from a systemic infection. He fell into a coma and passed away on October 10, 2004, at the age of 52. His death marked the end of an extraordinary life, a life filled with immense talent, fame, tragedy, and most importantly, an indomitable spirit that turned personal disaster into a mission to improve the lives of others. Christopher Reeve remains a symbol of courage, resilience, and hope. Today, through the words of his daughter and the memories shared by those who knew and loved him, we are reminded not only of the Superman he portrayed on screen but also of the true hero he became in real life, a man who taught the world that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, hope and determination can light the way forward.